real nice job of it. There. And I got another little tree done. Now, all we got to do is start picking out the little things here and there. I want to add the least little touch of paint thinner. Least little touch. You might even want to tap it on a paper towel. Make sure you got all the excess out. Can always go back and add a little more. Okay, a little more of the color, and off we go. Now we'll start picking out individuals here. Individuals. There we are. There's a happy little bush. He lives right there. Boy, what a view he has. That's where I want to live, right there. That's the spot. I think he has the best view in there. Yeah. I lived in Alaska for over 12 years, and some of the most beautiful scenery in the world is there. Absolutely. As I mentioned earlier, this is the last show of the 31st series. So it's always sort of a sad time when it comes to the last show. But hopefully we'll have the opportunity to produce some more. And if you hadn't got a chance to see all of them, because there's over 400 shows now, do give your station a call. Let them know that you want to see them, because they're available to them. They are available to them. There we are. See, I'm just putting layers and layers and layers of bushes, and this is where all the mosquitoes live. Like that. There. This is a good place for my little squirrel to live right here. My little pea pod. I got one more piece of film I want to show you. He's just such a cute little devil. Isn't he something else? This is Peapod the pocket squirrel. There. I really like these little creatures. They bring a lot of joy to my life. A lot of joy. Where I live, a lot of the young people come over just to see the animals, see what kind of creatures Bob's got that day. And it's such a nice way. You can't handle a little squirrel like that and grow up and not like them. I don't believe you can. And I think we need to learn to respect nature and all of God's little creatures. And one of the ways that I like to do it is to bring you little characters like him. Yeah. Because isn't he cute? Well, that's a close-up and a half there, isn't it? Little devil. Sometimes I have 8 or 10 of them at one time that I'm raising, and then I'll turn them loose. And we have a few little wild birds and all kind of things like that. Whatever needs to be raised and taken care of, we'll do it. It's my way of saying thank you. Because a little squirrel, or whatever you happen to have, he allows you to share a little bit of his world for a few days. And that's very special. Not many people get to do that. Let's go up here in this little bush. I've got all these done while you're just looking at the squirrel. There, a little old tree right here. We decided he's hanging around, having a good time. There he goes. There he goes. It's hard to believe you can take a 2-inch brush and do all this, isn't it? And take a little phthalo blue and put in there. It'll make a very bright green. Whew. One of them that'll hurt your eyes. Don't want a lot of it, but a little bit here and there. Makes a nice green if you're doing springtime. Very nice green. Put a little more paint thinner on my brush. Just to get the paint a little thinner. But it needs to be just a small amount. Don't overdo. Don't overdo. I know I get excited. But I want it to work for you. It's most important to me that this works for you. I saw, it's just a natural place for a path. Van Dyke Brown, dark sienna. Yeah. A little roll of paint on the knife. And let's go up in here. And let's put us in some brown paint. And let's make a path. We need a way to walk back. It looks like a little meadow that lives back in there. And we need a way to get back in there. I like to run through the meadow. Take my shoes off. Just let your foots run naked through there. That feels good on the bottom of your feet. Hadn't you ever done that? Most people have it, one time or another, whether they'll admit it publicly or not. They've just taken their shoes off and ran through the meadow, and I like it. Okay, let's take some white, a little Van Dyke Brown, a little dark sienna, mix them together. Put a little touch of the bright red in there too. Yeah, maybe a little more. I like that. I like that, yeah. Experiment. Just do crazy things. What's the worst thing that can happen? On this canvas, nothing. Little roll of paint. Little roll of paint. Barely, barely touching. Just let it graze. Just let it graze. Just like you're laying snow on the mountain. But isn't this neat? Using the black and the gray gesso sure makes painting easier. We introduced black gesso and gray gesso quite a while back, and it has almost become a standard in the art world now. Almost a standard. I think everybody's using it now. Yeah. There. Let's take a little bit more of this green color. Notice it's very thin. It's very thin. Now then, I want to set that down into the painting. So we'll begin to put bushes that come up over it, distinctly up over the path. And that'll push that little rascal right down in there. There we go. Wherever. Little bright red. And we'll just drop in some little dooders. There. Something like so. You know, I've mentioned before in this series that if you have time, take a picture of what you're doing, send it to us. We would love to see what you're doing, what kind of success you're having. A little letter from you telling us how you're enjoying the show, what you would like to see. If you would like to see something that I can't paint, shoot, we'll find somebody that can. If you want flowers, I'll bring my partner Annette back. Maybe you've seen one of her flowers she did once before. White Rascal can paint some flowers. Or if you want to see something else, just let me know. We really try to find shows that you will like. Try to produce shows you'll like. I'll put a little stick right there. Something about like so. Just a little duder, it lives in there. Shoot, we got a minute left here. Let's get crazy. You know me. Let's have us. Yes, that lives. I don't want to kill that little bush. I like him. A little tree, a big tree, I mean. See how them rascals grow on you? And we'll have a little tree here. He needs a little friend. Give him a little friend. There we are. Let's make this a birch tree. It would really stand out. White paint would really stand out against that color. There we are. There we are. Look at that. They're easy to make. Easy to make. A little bit on Junior here. There. Everybody needs a friend, even the old tree. Okay, now take our liner brush, paint thinner. I want to thin it down. Thin some brown down, very, very thin, very thin. A lot of paint thinner. And let's put a little arm or two. Maybe this old tree don't have any leaves. Maybe he's already retired for the year. We'll just put him a few little arms up here. There we go. Now maybe in yours you'd like to have leaves on a tree. You can do that. There are no rules here that say what you can or can't paint. You paint whatever you want. There we are. There we are. And we'll put another one right in there. And something for old, we called him Junior, so he needs a little arm on him. About like that. There we are. Okay. And maybe one more little. There. All kinds of little things. Let's take a little bit of paint thinner, a little light color, and we'll put a few little sticks and twigs that live here and there. We don't know what they are, where they are. Put them mostly in the dark areas though. There. Shoot, I think with that we about have a finished painting. I think I'll sign this one. The old clock on the wall tells me it's about time to bring this show and this series to a close. I've really enjoyed being with you for the past 13 shows, and I hope to see you again very soon. If you get a chance, stop by Branson, Missouri, say hello to us. Until next time, I'd like to wish each and every one of you happy painting, God bless, and we'll see you soon.